Welcome to Greg's VectorWorks podcast. Today we're going to talk about data tags, specifically how do you replace label legends with data tags, and then I will get into why data tags are vastly superior to label legends in the second half of this video. So let's start by just talking about how do you make a data tag. The process is a little different from other objects. As you can see over here in my resource browser, there is no option to create a data tag from scratch. So what we have to do is import the data tag from the existing data tags and just go ahead and start modifying that. To do that, go over to your tool palette and select the Dimensions and Notes tab here. Then I want to choose the data tag tool right there. Go up to top here, and as you can see, there are a bunch of existing data tags that are already part of the VectorWorks library. If I go down here to entertainment, I can see a bunch of data tags specific to entertainment. However, you might notice though that of all these data tags, they have like cable, cable path, hoist, speaker. They don't have a fixture data tag. So we're gonna have to make one ourselves. So I'm gonna go over here to the cable data tags. I'm going to choose just any one, doesn't really matter which one, but double click it. It's going to say there's no cable objects currently in my drawing. That's fine. I don't care. But what that does is that imports it into my resource manager. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rename it, edit, and I'm going to call it, what am I going to call it? A fixture data tag. Okay. Again, I don't care that there's no cable resources in my drawing. Okay, next I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to choose edit. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to display and I'm going to go edit data tag layout. Okay, so let's start by changing these fields to ones that we want to use for our fixture. I'm just going to delete that to start with. Let's start with channel. Let's see what channel is part of our data tag. So I'm going to call this channel. And then I'm going to click right below it for the field. And I'm going to define the tag field. Okay, let's give it a name. We'll call it channel. And the current definition is based off of the old cable object, which we don't want, so we'll delete that. And data source, object parameters, that's still correct. We'll leave that alone. Object name, we want to change that to lighting device. So scroll down till you find lighting device. And then parameter name, we want to be channel. And then add to definition. And you can see up here, it replaced the old field definition with our new channel definition. Click OK. Okay, let's do the same thing, but this time let's do it with the circuit name. So I'm going to change this right here to circuit name. Okay. And let's change the field. So again, over here in your object info palette, let's define the tag layout. We're going to call this circuit name. Let's delete the old fixture definition. Again, come over here. We're going to change the object name to lighting device. And we're going to change the parameter name to circuit name. Okay, and again, add to field definition, and there it is. Click OK. And let's do one last one. Let's go circuit number. Okay. And same thing, we're going to change the current definition. Oh, this is a good thing to point out here. We don't want it to be a user enter field. We want it to be a calculated field. So we're going to go over here and we're going to click that box. Okay, again, we're going to change the field definition. We're going to delete the old one. We're going to create a new field definition. You guessed it. We're just choosing lighting device. And we're going to change the parameter. Oops, I did the wrong one there. We don't want line device. Right there, line device. And parameter name should be circuit name, or sorry, circuit number. And add to definition and click OK. And that is, oh, I forgot to give it a new name here. Let's go back to the data tag field and we're going to call it circuit name. Click OK. Okay, now we really don't want anything else in our data tag other than this information. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to delete the rest of this. Let's reposition it. So it's based off of a 0, 0 point in our drawing, which is right there, 0, 0. And I'm going to exit the data tag layout. Okay. One last thing to do before we go ahead and insert our data tag, go over here to leader and uncheck use leader. What I'm doing here is I'm saying I don't want a little line to connect the data tag to the object. And I'm instead of set by instance, click over there to the left, and we're setting this by style. So this is going to apply to the entire style. It's not a per instant thing. Click OK. Okay, so I'm going to select my fixture here. In this case, a Roby BMFL. Let's give it a channel name. Let's call it 101. And let's say it's plugged into circuit number 6. And let's say the circuit name is 201. Okay, now I'm going to go back over to my dimensions and notes tools, select data tag. And over here, you can see I'm going to select the fixture data tag that we just corrected, I just made from my document. Double click on that. And you can see when I move it over the fixture I want to apply it to, it turns red. So I'm going to go ahead and click it. And there we go. And I can move this, unlike a label legend, I can move this around wherever I want. Doesn't have to be in any one location necessarily. And to prove that it's connected to light, let's say I go over my light, and let's say I change it to channel 999. As you can see, it pretty much ups it right away. Same thing. You can, oh, this is a good point. You want to select your fixture. You don't want to select the data tag itself. So select the fixture. Let's say I'm now plugged into circuit number 5 on socket number 204. And as you can see, it pretty much updates instantaneously. And that's how you make a data tag. Now for the next part of this video, I'm going to go into why data tags are vastly superior compared to label legends.